Okay, so first things first, you need to be stretching at least 5 times a week, right? At least 5 days out of the week, you should be doing a full body stretch, right? I would recommend you do it every day, but at least do it 5 times a week. Find a time throughout your day where you're not really doing anything and stretch, right? Normally, you should be doing it in the mornings to kind of start your day off, but if you can't do it in the mornings for some reason, just find a period throughout the day where you can just take time out and stretch, right? So, I'm going to talk about the benefits of stretching for a little bit and why you need to be stretching, and then I'm going to give y'all a stretch routine that I do every morning, and then I'm going to give you one that I do at night. Okay, so I'm going to give you two main reasons you need to be stretching every day, or at least 5 days out of the week, okay? There's plenty of other reasons, but I'm just going to give you two main ones, all right? One, you have to understand that everything is energy, right? Everything that you put in your body is energy. Everything you think, everything you feel, right? Your thoughts, all of that is energy, right? And so there's a bunch of energy stored in your body. It could be good energy and it could be bad energy. And there's definitely energy stored in your muscles, okay? So any bad energy that's there, when you stretch, you're literally releasing that energy out your body, the bad energy at least, right? And then you're able to receive new, better energy, okay? All right, reason number two is going to help with the physical side of things, right? It's going to increase blood flow throughout your body. It's going to help you with your posture, and it's also going to help you with flexibility and stuff. If you're an athlete, you're going to have, a lot wider range of motion because you're literally stretching your body. You're going to get longer and taller over time if you keep stretching every day, okay? Now I'm going to get into the stretch routines. So look, for this first stretch, all you're going to need is just a wall. You can even use your bed. So you're basically going to be doing a lunge with your shin on the wall, all right? Now this stretch, this is really good for like loosening up your legs, right? Releasing tension in your hips and your hip flexors and stuff like that, and your quads. So, normally I do this in the morning, but you don't have to, right? I recommend do this before if you go running, or if you do like anything just using your legs. I would do this stretch before, right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your shin to the wall, and then you're gonna lift up your other leg, and you're gonna sit straight up like this, and you're gonna hold it 30 seconds to a minute, right? Just like this. And then you're gonna switch, and then you're gonna do the other leg. All right, so again, on this one, all you need is a wall, right? Now me, I use my bed most of the time, but what you're gonna do is kind of the same thing as last time, except you're putting your knee to the wall, okay? Now, if you've never done this before, I would recommend having your foot about an inch or two away from whatever wall you're doing it on, right? Now what this does, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your foot, if you're just starting this out, y'all should have your foot pretty close, right? But once you get used to it, you can bring it further back. And all you're gonna do is just go forward until your knee is basically on the wall. And what that does is it stretches out this Achilles right here, right? And so that's why I'm saying you should start close if you've never done this before. Because what almost happened to me, I literally almost felt a tear, right? Because first time I did this, I was like all the way back here, right? And I couldn't reach, and so I just pushed like super, super hard, and I literally almost felt a tear. So start close, do this, right? After 3 days, you could probably go like another inch or half an inch back, right? And then you can do the same thing on the other leg, okay? And it's gonna stretch this out. It's really for injury prevention. Again, you don't have to do this in the morning. I would say do this only if you're like really active, right? And you're finna go do something. All right, so this part of the video, this is the good stretches, all right? This is the ones that's really gonna stretch out your whole body. All right, and this actually made me taller. Last month, I was about 5'10", 5'11". Now, I'm like 6 foot 6'1" in just a month, all right? So it's more of a routine, right? You can't really pick and choose which ones you want to do. It's kind of just a flow, right? And I learned this in football. probably 2-3 years ago, right? This is the stretches we did. So the first thing we do, we go into a plank. Now you don't have to hold a plank, right? But as soon as you get into that push-up position, you start to go back just like this, and you're gonna feel that stretch right here. All right, so that's gonna get the back of your legs, right? And then you kick your foot up, right? That's gonna stretch your glutes. And then you bring it forward. I don't know if you can see that, but I'm kind of in a far lunge. All right. And then once you're in this spot, you're just gonna take your knee and you're gonna push it out. All right. And that's really gonna stretch that inside of the thigh, that hip flexor, right? You're just gonna push it out. And then you're gonna take your elbow and you're gonna get it right to your ankle. And then you're really gonna feel it in your inner thigh. You're gonna get it right to your ankle. And then you're gonna go back like this. Right, that's gonna stretch out more of your side hips more, and your back and your arm, and it's gonna loosen up your shoulders, right? And you can do that however many times you need to until you feel loose. And then once you do that, you come out of your lunge right into a half squat, pretty much, right? A one-legged squat, right? And you come all the way here, and you make sure that toes pointing straight up. You get as low as you can, and you're gonna feel that all throughout here. Right, you're really gonna stretch that leg out. And then you come back, bring your foot back, and then you're back in your starting position. And then all you do is you do the same thing on the other side. Obviously you'd go slower than this or do it multiple times, but I'm just trying to do it quick because I'm making this video in the middle of work, so I got some work to do after this. Boom, squat, right, and then bring it back. And then you're gonna come into this position right here, right? Where you're kind of in a bear crawl position, okay? And then what you're gonna do from this point is you're gonna basically you're gonna have your right arm up and then you're gonna have your left leg up at the same time, right? So opposite arm, opposite leg. You're gonna put them up, really stretch that foot, and then you're gonna put this up, right? That's more to really help with your core if you need that. And then you do that three, 4 times. And then what you do is you're going to go to the side like this, and you're gonna take whatever hand you're not using, you're gonna push your hips up like a glute bridge. You're gonna push them up, and then you're gonna take your hand and you're gonna stretch, right? You're really gonna feel that right here and maybe in your shoulders. And you're gonna try and reach as far as you can. Right? And then you do the same thing on the other side. You come here, push your butt in the air, and you reach as far as you can. Alright? And then you get back here. And then that's pretty much the end of that. Right? And then so what I like to do after that, I like to do some more upper body, right? Because that really hits on the lower body. You're not gonna feel it as much as the upper body. Alright, so I'm gonna just stay on the ground for this one so y'all can see me. So the first thing I like to do is I put my hands out in front, right? Let me make sure I have room. I put my hands out in front, and I go back like this, right? And that's gonna like lengthen your arms, and it's gonna expand your chest right here. You're really gonna feel that stretch, right? That's how you get a wider shoulders, a wider back kind of, and that's really gonna expand your chest, and it's gonna make your arms look a lot longer than they are. I mean, my arms are still pretty long, but they look a lot longer than they really are, okay? And then once I do that, I just, do some of these, right? Just real basic, but I do it for about 30 seconds, right? And then I go behind, and I try and touch as far back as I can, right? As far back down on my back as I can, right? And I do that for both hands. I do it 2 or 3 times. All right, so those were the stretches I do every morning. All right, now we're gonna get into some stretches you can do just in the middle of the day, right? If you're ever feeling like pretty stiff and you just need to stretch real quick, or if you get real mad, if you ever get real mad and you don't really have a reason to, right? If you just find yourself real moody, I recommend you meditate or stretch, right? And that's really gonna help handle your emotions, right? It's gonna get all that bad energy out. Okay. So these are super simple. You can do these throughout your day at any time. All right. So
just feet together, and then just straight down. Right? Touch the ground. Don't do this. Don't bounce. That's cheating. Touch the ground or go as low as you can if you can't touch the ground. But make sure your legs are straight. Don't cheat it because there's no point. All right? And then, I do one leg over the other, touch the ground, and then I vice versa. Boom, like that. Spread your legs down the middle. Right? Then I go side to side. And then I do some of these, boom, quad stretch, and then I take my knee and I get it as high up into my chest as I can, boom, boom, okay? And those are just some stretches you can do throughout the day. Those will also help you get taller. All right, that's really made my legs a lot longer. All right, so that was my stretch routine video. I'm gonna get back to work. Let me know if y'all have any more video suggestions y'all want me to do. Leave it down in the comments. I'm gonna make a semen retention update at 1 month or a little bit past 1 month. All right, so sometime this October, this upcoming October, I'm gonna make another semen retention update. All right, so stay tuned for that.